I'm Keno Brown from Athens, Texas.
I'm Lars Grammer from Athens, Texas.
I started flying, I guess, my parents had planes when I was young, and I started flying, I guess, when I was, 13, 14 years old. I got my license really young. I went to college to be a pilot, be a commercial pilot. I went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott. I graduated from there in, I guess, 1993. Had all my ratings, came back, flew corporate for a while, and then kind of got out of the corporate world, got into the private pilot world. I mean, that's been a minute ago, but still fly everything, general aviation wise. I mean, I just fly for myself, basically, just personal stuff. But this particular plane here belonged to an A&P on the airport, and he had bought the plane as a second owner of the plane. He was doing training in it, and the plane came up for engine overhaul, and he had the engine off and had it overhauled, and at the time had some medical issues while the engine was off. And the plane got pushed back in the corner of the hangar, and it had actually been there for 14 years when I bought the plane. And it was, needless to say, the motor was off of it. There was full of dirt daubers. It was dust a half-inch thick on it. There was pieces all over the hangar. I mean, it was a mess. Plastics were cracked in it. The seats were, original interior was red and it was orange and looked really bad. Of course, 1974 model airplane, all original. And we bought the plane and started doing some work on it, putting it back together and getting the engine stuff done. We've done a lot. It's come a long ways, as you can tell. But it was a mess, and we got into it. Lars decided that he wanted to be a pilot, and so he's been involved in it pretty much the whole way, getting, from the time we put the engine, cleaning it up basically for several weeks, and then getting the engine put on it.
We've been working on the plane right at 2 years, and I'm thankful for it in some aspects. Obviously, the time, I wish it could have been done faster, but it's cool if you're pursuing your pilot license, I guess, to rebuild an airplane from scratch. We started with the engine. We did the panel, we upgraded the panel, and then did the all new glass and paint. And, Oscar was our last stop. And I'll tell you, as we navigated the whole process, we had our fair share of setbacks and supply chain issues, all the things that come up whenever you build an airplane from scratch or, start over. And I had come across Oscar's page on Aviation X page on interior, and I told Keno, I said, look, man, we've spent a lot of time, obviously a lot of money, faced a lot of hurdles, and I said, if we do one thing right, we're gonna make sure this interior is from a really reputable place. And so it was really no doubt for me from the get-go. As soon as I saw those planes on his channel, and I watched several of your videos, I knew right then that this was the direction that we were gonna pursue. I'm super pleased with it, the way it turned out. I was looking out in the truck before I came in at some of where it came from, the beginning, the before. It's really impressive to see where it's at today. And like I said, I'm thankful to get to watch the process. I feel like I've learned a lot about airplanes in general that maybe some people don't get the benefit of seeing, as they're getting into aviation.
I think Lars handled most of all that. I mean, I brought the plane down, obviously, and sat down here and sat down with Oscar's team, and we went through all the books, and Lord, there's tons of options. I mean, it's not a one or two colorway. It's this package deal or it's that package deal. I mean, everything can be picked out from thread colors thread colors on the seats versus thread colors on the armrest, the thread colors on the yoke. I mean, it's not just a one shot. I mean, there's magnitudes of different options that you can do and that Oscar's team can put together to make a really nice finished product out of.
One thing that really stood out with me with dealing with Aviation X, the communication was priority. I never called, or if they didn't, it was immediate callback. All the emails, the updates were very limited, but that was planned because we wanted to do this reveal. So, there wasn't any pictures, and, I was wanting some pictures, but we never got to see that. There's pictures. Yeah. But man, the communication was great, and we experienced our fair share of lack of communication through this process. So it was really refreshing to have somebody that answered the phone, even if it was the weekend or after hours. Oscar answers the phone, and I tell you, customer service is second to none. So it was first class for us. The experience was great.
And it is hard. It's hard to sit down and pick all the pieces out of the puzzle and know what it's going to look like when it's done. And Oscar's team brought it together good. They did a great job. We saw several videos of some of the other planes, the Ginger plane and 2 or 3 of the other ones. And, we expected it to be pretty nice. But, when you see it in person and you know where it came from and then it gets to that point, it's spot on. Love it.
All right, Dave's ready. Let's go. Push me out the door first.
Well, let's look.
Oh well,
I don't like it, Lars. Looks great. Golly, what a difference. The door panels, those are all made new. The side panels, everything up front.
This is made out of aluminum. It's the owl cut.
I like these vents covered up like this too. That looks nice down there.
Oh yeah. Remember the orange plastic? Yeah, it was there. It's painted.
Yeah, I'm excited. I bet it's going to be a lot quieter with the custom interior. I've looked at that plane so long that you couldn't even see any seats in it whatsoever. So just to see seats and headrests, I think when we bought the airplane, Keno pulled it down, towed it down to the hangar, and by the time I got there, the back seat was already out of it. I've never seen the back seat in the airplane. So there was definitely, it caught my eye just seeing the headrest. That makes such a huge difference. Those headrests, it's just a really, finished touch, to look in the window, and especially a 172, just to see those seats tall in there like that. And it, so for me, it was definitely like, whoa, there's something in that window I've never seen before.
Yeah. You definitely don't see many 172s like that. It's nice. We were on the wall about that, whether we were going to do that or not. It's a pretty pricey item, but I'm going to tell you, it makes all the difference in the world. You do not want to not do that. That and the headrest. The headrests were the same way. We were going to put the ones on the front and not the ones on the back.
Yeah. We were back and forth with the headrest and even the recessed armrest. Those were some of the components that we were on the fence with. So we do the yokes, do we do the headrest, do we do and we end up ultimately doing all of them. And, now I have no regrets. Just sitting in there and having that extra couple of inches for your arm to lay in the door, that's big in a small aircraft.
Yeah, you get all the big ticket. You get the seats and the carpets and that's where you want to start shaving, but don't do it. Don't shave those off. That's what really makes the whole thing come together.